So the whole incident that happened around December 24th, 2015, where a Taekwondo instructor grabbed a 5-year-old boy by the ankle and threw him over his shoulder to the point where the child was knocked unconscious, had to go to the hospital. In addition to enraging people like the instructor, it's raising another question that I think people want to talk about. And that is 5 years old too young to be in the martial arts? I don't think 5 years old is too young to be involved, but I do think it's too young to have grand expectations of the child. I don't think you should expect a 5-year-old to be performing at a black belt level, or even a 6-year-old, or even a 7-year-old. And while we do have some children that are amazing prodigies, by and large, most children just don't have the fine motor skills to do it, or the brain development, a lot of times, to even know their left from their right. What I think you can do is expect them to get into an activity that's going to be fun for them and help them develop their coordination to the point where after a couple of years, they'll be able to protect themselves better than they did before they went in the course. However, if you do like I do and you actually are trying to teach the child to do something like a form, the child is going to have a hard time with it and they're going to feel a little frustrated. But if they stick with it, they can make a lot of improvements by a lot of leaps and bounds. Now, for any instructors out there who may secretly empathize with the instructor that threw the child because you know how hard it can be to coach children, all I can say to you is this. A lot of people that have been commenting on our articles are saying, well, he should have just set the child out, or, if the child's misbehaving, they should behave better and all this other stuff. Yes, that's true. But I know that a lot of times when you're teaching and you want to set a child out, you tell the child to stop doing something, you may get interference from the parents. And perhaps, I don't know what exactly happened in this situation. Maybe this was someone who has had resistance from setting children aside while he's trying to teach a class. Well, I tell you what, you have to have the courage to be able to confront parents when you're telling them that their child has to sit out of class because the child is misbehaving. And yes, I know the martial arts is supposed to teach self-control, but your child is just not paying attention. I'd rather have you have that kind of conflict or discussion with a parent than to just take your frustrations out on a child, which is never going to be acceptable, especially doing what that martial arts did. Peace.